Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Black Accountant. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and let me know in the comments of any kind of content you want to see going forward. So, I know I haven't been posting as often recently, and that's because I got a couple of jobs and my business has kind of been taxing and taking a bunch of time from me, so I don't have enough time to really go in and record a lot of videos and edit. So I think going forward, for the time being at least, I'm probably going to be recording 2 to 3 videos and then putting those out throughout the week. So in case you were wondering about that, that's kind of just what's been going on. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about taxes. I know it's like the funnest subject in the world, but since it is tax season and a lot of people are kind of getting or already have gotten most of their tax forms, I just want to let people know that if you're really struggling, especially this year, because most of us have been affected by COVID last year, there is a free filing option for your taxes. So especially if you're somebody that had low income, you don't run your own business with a loss, or you were like a contractor through Uber, Lyft, whatever it is, and then you need to file your taxes, but you really don't want to pay somebody to do your taxes. It's actually really simple to do it by yourself online, and you don't need to buy the software yourself. So you have two real options for free taxes. So number one, there's the IRS's program, which is called VITA, Volunteer Income Tax Assistance. And if you go online, you could actually find a VITA location by inputting your zip code, and then it'll pop up a bunch of locations that are near you. And either, I'm not too sure if they're continuing to do like any kind of drop-off method or anything along those lines. I used to volunteer through there and actually was an operations supervisor for a while. And the location that I was going through, which is Northridge, actually is doing a completely virtual system. So you can actually find those types of stuff online. The second option, which especially if you've been learning how to do your taxes yourself, or they're really simple and usually go to like H&R Block or use TurboTax and do it yourself, is going on the IRS's free filing service and then using one of their own softwares to prepare it yourself. And they're very straightforward and easy to use. They show you what to do. They either have guidance if you know what you're doing already to input stuff yourself, or they give you a little bit more background information and tell you what to look for to input on there. So I'm gonna show you the Google search pretty much, where you're gonna go to irs.gov/free file, or the URL that you see right here if you wanted to do it to get to the page that I'm on right now. So once you're on this page, it shows that you can file your federal taxes online for free, and then you can pick an option based on your income. So the IRS does have free filing, but there's always some kind of drawback. So it doesn't qualify for every single person, only if you have these kinds of income limiters. So it says income of 72,000 and below, then you have the free federal tax filing on an IRS partner site. So things like TaxSlayer Pro. And they have the guided preparation like I was just talking about. State tax filing, it's free with some services, but with other services, it'll cost you some money, but it's actually not that expensive. So I live in California and we're required to file a state tax return, and it's only $32 through the IRS system, which is a lot cheaper than going to H&R Block or going through TurboTax. So let's choose this one right here. Choose an IRS free file offer. And then it says you can find your best option. And then what you're going to need is all your tax forms pretty much. So here I would go through browsing all the offers to see what I can use myself. And then they give you the list of options that you have right here. And then you just look into it and then you see what the requirements are. So I actually already filed my taxes for the year, and I used TaxSlayer because I was already familiar with it. It's what the IRS uses for the VITA program. And like I had already mentioned, I was trained to do that. So I went ahead and did that. So let's go ahead and click View Offer. And then you could see if you qualify. I had already done that. You're going to create an account and go through that whole process. And it's pretty straightforward from here. So that's kind of all I really wanted to show in terms of like how to get to the form itself. And back on the original page, so let's go back there right now. it actually showed that if you're over the $72,000 threshold, instead of getting the free filing option, you now have the free forms. So they're just the same forms that you have, but they're fillable. So this one might be a little bit more complicated for some people. So if you have no real experience, or you're not really familiar with filing your own taxes and you're doing it for the first time, I wouldn't really recommend to go through just the fillable forms because people get confused on those. It's easier to just go through the IRS free filer. And unfortunately, if you did have income above 72,000, I guess your best option might be to try TurboTax or going through H&R Block or some kind of paid service. All right, that's all I kind of wanted to show for the day. I don't really like these types of options anyway, just because of all the lobbying that a lot of different places like H&R Block and TurboTax do so that they get people and customers, because the IRS already knows how much that you owe. Whenever you work for an employer, whenever you open a brokerage account, whenever you're trading and selling stocks, the same information that you receive, these same tax forms that you get in your hand, the IRS already has a copy. So they have what's called a wage and income transcript that becomes available later on during the year after the tax filing season. And it shows exactly what income that you had. So the whole point of you doing your own taxes or going somewhere is so that they make sure that you're paying the right amount of tax and that you've done them, and that it's the same as what they have on their records. So that's all I got today. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else that you want to see going forward. And again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.